are Jason and Anna.
Hey everybody, it's Pop Culture Fun Time. I'm Jason.
I'm Anna.
Welcome back to episode 2 of the new show, season 1, episode 2. Hopefully it's a little more structured this time. I think last time we were just kind of excited to talk to the microphones.
And tell you guys all the things we've been doing.
Oh my god, and then.
We got a dog. And now we're fans of sports.
And so it got a little, I don't know, I felt like it was a little rusty.
Yeah.
Granted, we probably are rusty. We haven't done this. We did the video one during quarantine, which was pretty funny. And before that, we were doing some more video ones, like 3 questions, which I think we should bring 3 questions back.
Those are fun.
Where you don't know what I'm going to ask you. And I'm not prepared for that today. I'm barely prepared for the game where we list our warm-up game. So
where you list celebrity fish.
I came up with 3 celebrity fish, and I'm quite proud of that.
I know. I'm
Give
really
me
impressed.
60 seconds, and it would have gotten a little obscure. And we are going to 60 seconds today. Just what's going on in your life. I wanted to know if there's anything new this week that isn't depressing, because we're not allowed to talk about things that make you sad. This is a show for making you feel better.
Yeah, I'll just say I work in higher education now, so that's
So you didn't have a good week.
Something we don't want to talk about.
We do have softball now on top of soccer.
There's softball on top of soccer.
Is there a National Women's Softball League?
This is what Amity asked me, and I believe there is not.
Okay.
I don't believe there's a professional softball league.
Just the high school world.
No, they have college. Okay. They play college softball.
The high school one is the one that everyone watches, right? Like the high school World Series.
Well, for the boys. Yeah.
Oh.
No, they watch the College World Series too.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
I don't really like baseball.
I know you don't. I've been watching a lot more baseball because my dad lives here now, and so I go watch Yankees with him.
Yeah.
It's his team. So all of a sudden, I'm like up on baseball, and it feels kind of good. Because I grew up watching baseball all the time, and it's such a relaxing sport compared to watching soccer. Because you can just kind of sit there and be like, and I really like we watch so much soccer, and so I realized the other day when I was sitting there with my dad watching baseball, I was like, this is so relaxing. I totally get this. This is like Zen, right? And I know some people get really bored and antsy and they want things to happen, but it's so nice if it's a nice day, or you're watching TV, and the announcers are just really relaxed, and they always kind of make some off, like jokes with each other about stuff. But it's like so relaxing to just sit there and watch a baseball game.
And I know Portland is pushing really hard to get our own major league team.
Yeah.
The Portland Diamond Project. I'm actually for that because I think I would enjoy going to a game. I don't know if maybe I would get more into it if we had a local team to root for and to go to the game, because I really liked when we went to the Mariners game. It was kind of boring, but it was
so nice.
Fun. And I think this would be cool because it will be a really cool stadium right on the river, and if it ever comes to fruition. So.
I also, to counter that, would love to see Portland become like a mecca for women's professional sports.
Yeah.
Because we have the Thorns, which is a professional soccer team, and now we're finally getting a professional women's basketball team.
Right.
And I don't know, and we have like the Sports Bra, which we have to go to at some point. Yeah. But it's a really cool bar that only plays women's sports. And
well,
I don't know. Part of me was like, that's cool, but I'd almost like to see us go in a different direction. But at the same time, what other sports?
I know. I don't know what else is. What is the national women's sport? Yeah, golf. Well, I mean, and they aren't just out of a place.
This is the wrong part of the country to be playing golf. They're playing the Masters right now, which I was watching with my dad.
I know, but that's not a team sport. That's like an individual golfer could be from Portland, but good one, Anna.
Thanks.
Good one. Speaking of which, have you had a perimenopause moment, or?
I live in a perimenopause moment.
Okay.
It's constant.
I think a lot of our listeners are in the same boat as you, so it could be refreshing to hear how messed up your life is right now.
What do you mean by that?
Well, oftentimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my wife will not be there. Yeah. And it could be of various reasons.
Yep.
Right now, she is stuck there because her mother is sleeping on our couch. Hi, Sherry. But otherwise, you will get too hot.
I'll get so hot and I just sweat buckets.
You'll get crazy legs.
Yep.
Or you just won't like my stench, and then you'll end up Down
It's
on
not.
the couch.
It has nothing to do with smell, but it is sound. Like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
listen, so this is very common for women in perimenopause. The snoring, the mouth noise when you're eating. It just like irritates you to no end, and it's like being a 12-year-old again, right? Because 12-year-olds get so annoyed by that. It's the same. Some reason the same hormone is just going crazy.
Which is really cool that there's you and the almost 12-year-old in my house.
We all want to just kill you at dinner.
I actually feel a lot of angst toward me quite often. I'll just slip away into the bedroom, watch TV, or come out to the studio, or go make candles or something. I have different outbuildings on our property, so I can just
There's
go
a lot
hide
of
away
female
somewhere else.
energy in the house right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
So
And let me tell you what, though, having teenagers and perimenopause and aging parents at the same time is pretty effing cruel. But everyone I know is going through that. But like, wow, what a trifecta.
what fun! What fun!
All I can say is, if you can take them, take hormone replacement therapy. It helps.
Should the spouse also be taking those? No, I shouldn't, and I shouldn't be upping my testosterone. That would probably be a bad thing at the same time. All right, you ready to play the warm-up game?
Yeah.
You want to go first, or should I
Sure,
go
I
first?
have my question, and it's not about fish.
Oh, we're cute. We're cute.
My phone is ringing. You have to pause it.
Okay. Hey, we'll be right back after this with the game.
Hello?
Getting kinda hangry, eating Oreos again. Playing games and smiling like the night will never end. We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last. With pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Pop, 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 pop.
Power, vibranium, pineapple. Get your nutrients the Black Panther way with Wakanda Forever smoothies, now with extra antioxidants and just a hint of ancestral plain. Available exclusively at stores that mysteriously disappear when you try to find them again.
The good times only end when we shout Seacrest out. Pop culture fun time, that's what it's all about. Seacrest out. Seacrest out.
Hey, and we're back. In that time, though, I got to push around a lawnmower. You got to push around your dad around the neighborhood, so that's good.
He needed a little fresh air.
And Amity planted some flowers. Hi.
And Neville got to pull around me around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Pull me around.
By the way, Amity's here. She was jealous, I think, a little bit. Wouldn't we all be that she didn't get to be on the show last week and Elliot did. So I want you to be here. And we're going to play the warm-up game with you.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
But first, I want you to tell me what your 3 favorite movies are.
Spaceballs, Barbie, and Three Amigos.
That's right. That's right. I've taught you well. Good.
Yes.
So here's the game, Amity. We put 60 seconds on the clock,
Okay.
and then you have 60 seconds to name as many things as you can. You have to count them on your own fingers because
But I only have 10.
I know you probably only get. I'll probably.
I'm
get
probably
the 3.
still doing this game wrong, by the way. But
Oh, maybe. Now you're.
good luck to
Oh,
you.
Wait,
did you want me
is
to
it
do you
certain-
first so you could see?
Wait, I have a question.
No,
is
go
it,
with my question.
Okay.
is it certain things, or is
yeah,
it like
we'll give you a topic.
just name every single thing in the universe?
Yes.
Yeah, that too.
That wasn't.
That may not work for the
You just said-
category we give you.
Wasn't
but-
a yes/no question? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I just gave you two options.
Dad'll give you a
You know what?
name as
Whatever.
many blah 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 as you can, and then you'll just do it
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Disney villains or something like that.
Oh man. Okay, that's well. Shoot. Okay, you're doing me first.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go.
All right. Name as many shows that you can that had good finales,
Good finales.
like satisfying, not lost.
This is hard because this is subjective.
I know.
Not like name pop culture fish. That is very definitive. Let's see. We're already at 17 seconds. Well, The Good Place, and I could name ones that aren't good.
I know.
I know.
It's harder to name.
I'm like
name the good
all I
ones.
can think of is Battlestar Galactica and Lost and Game of Thrones.
No, you've gone the wrong
I've gone
direction.
the wrong way.
Don't be so negative.
The
Good Place.
So I liked the ending.
I haven't watched it, but is Stranger Things a good ending?
Well,
Well, it's not over yet.
Oh, well, what about each individual season?
No. Do you
Series
All right,
finale.
okay, I'm at 54 seconds and I've come up with The Good Place.
Schitt's Creek.
Oh, Schitt's Creek is a good one. Yeah.
I hear Parks
Oh,
and
what
Rec
about-
is great, but we haven't seen
What
that.
about Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Does it have a
Oh,
good
yeah,
one?
that's a satisfying ending.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I'll
So
count
sad.
those.
All right.
Okay, Anna.
I still didn't quite get the game, but
look. You'll get it eventually.
I kind of like the question.
60 seconds on the clock. Name as many Disney characters who can fly.
Buzz Lightyear. And Tinkerbell.
Oh, okay.
And the three stepmother. No, what are they? The
Step
fairies.
witches?
The fairies.
The
yeah.
fairies.
Does that count
and-
as 3?
Yeah, they're
think
one
so.
each. It's like
Okay,
Merryweather
yeah.
and blah 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 in the Sleeping Beauty. Oh, the guy, the Firefly in
Ray.
yeah, Ray.
Sorry, I shouldn't help you.
Yeah, Ray. And oh.
Do.
I know. I was like
45 seconds.
okay.
Do.
Disney characters that can fly.
Do.
Do. Oh,
all
Big
the
Hero 6 guy can fly.
Oh yeah.
Mom.
What's his
Well,
name?
they all can fly.
Oh,
really.
wait. Am I not allowed to say anything?
You're not. This is not your
No,
part.
this is
darn
not
it.
your thing.
And
I was trying to think of someone from Incredibles, but I don't think any
Time.
of them can actually fly.
Oh, I thought
incredible. Well,
They like jump and stuff, but nobody flies.
that's true. And I was thinking like Mary Poppins and.
I was thinking all of the fairies from Tinkerbell.
Ooh yeah.
'Cause they can all
obviously,
fly?
All the fairies.
You
from
just said
Tinkerbell.
Or
That was pretty dumb on my part.
or Iron Man. Does he count as a Disney character?
No,
I guess
he was Marvel
technically he
first.
does. Yeah.
It's
okay.
No, okay.
All right, Amity. Are you ready?
No.
60 seconds on the clock. Name as many Disney princes as possible.
Okay. Flynn Rider.
Is he a prince?
Nope, not a prince. Got it.
Doesn't he marry her?
He marries a girl. Yeah.
He marries a princess.
Okay, but that makes him a prince. So I'm gonna
Okay.
Go with it.
Prince Naveen. Wait, what number? I'm just gonna keep going. I don't know.
What's the prince's name in Enchanted? Do you remember what his name is?
I don't know. What about Beauty and the Beast? Cinderella.
Beast. I think if you say Prince Charming, that's
Prince
Cinderella and
Oh, that counts.
and
Snow
Snow
White.
White.
Prince
and
Charming. Every Disney princess
Sleeping
movie.
Beauty.
ever.
Yeah, good job.
Sorry, I was helping you out.
No,
No.
Mom.
And
you point out that
who
you're
is
cheating,
The
then
guy in
gonna be
Spaceballs, he turns out to be a prince.
That's not a Disney
Not
movie.
Disney.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, oh wait.
There's your time. How many did you get?
Pizza.
I don't know. I didn't
Pizza
count.
Hut.
I wasn't counting.
Okay, good job. Thanks for playing with us,
You're welcome.
Amity.
Jack Black sings in every scene, from the panda's punch to the plumber's dream. Lava chickens cluck, they can't resist. Chickens and peaches on his playlist. Skadoosh, he belts with flair in a kung fu glow or a peach-filled air. Mario stomps the beat so true. Is there a song this man can't brew? Minecraft builds and blocks so grand, singing torch songs while he crafts the land. Feathers flying with the lava stream, Jack brings music to every team. Skadoosh, he belts with flair in a kung fu glow or peach-filled air. Mario stomps the beat so true. Is there a song this man can't brew? No, 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 no. Minecraft builds and blocks so grand, singing torch songs while he crafts the land. Feathers flying with the lava stream. Jack brings music to every team. Skadoosh belts with flair in a kung fu glow or peach-filled air. Mario stomps the beat so true. Is there a song this man can't brew? Peaches, heartfelt croon. A Mario ballad under the tune. Kung Fu pandas bow their heads. Jack Black rewrites what music spreads. No, 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 no. Skadoosh he belts with flair in a kung fu glow or peach-filled air. Mario stomps the beat so true. Is there a song this man can't brew? No, 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 no.
This episode is sponsored by Hangry Candle Company, the candle brand for people who feel things, mostly hunger. Whether you're stressed, snacky, or just one minor inconvenience away from a full-blown meltdown, Hangry Candle Company has a scent for that. Every candle smells like something delicious and comes with just the right amount of attitude. Check out all the Hangry goodness at hangrycandles.com and use code Seacrest for a sweet little discount. Hangry Candle Company. Let your home smell how you feel.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Fun Time. I'm Jason.
I'm Anna.
Hi, Anna. Let's talk about what we've been streaming, or what we stopped streaming, The Amazing Race.
Yep. We're
Because
so mad.
I'm so mad. Okay, if you're watching the show, I'm sorry. We're going to talk, if you haven't.
No, they're good. They're good.
Yeah, you're
It's
good. So, yeah, we, like, Lori and Scott were our favorites, right?
Yep.
And we did not like Jonathan and
The couple
Anna.
from Utah with 8 sons.
Yes.
They were
And
so great.
they were so great. And so, of course, they have the double U-turn, and they get their best teams to try and eliminate their best teams. Why would you want to eliminate your best teams? Like, clearly they're going to be, like, popular, and everyone's going to be rooting for those teams because they're strong and they're smart and they're fun to watch. And then you just go and choose here. Now, granted, they could have done better with the Coral Challenge.
Yeah.
But still, it was a stupid thing. And now, no one in our house, we love The Amazing Race in our house. It is family TV night watch, and we're not watching it.
Yep. We as a family were like, nope. I'm too mad. I've never done that before.
I know.
I've never had, you know, because there's always someone out, you're like, oh man, well, they weren't going to make it anyway. But this one was like, oh no, these guys totally had a chance to win it, and you just screwed them.
Yeah.
That is not okay. I was mad about it.
It was so upsetting.
Yeah, and they were just like super nice and running a good race and just, I don't know, it was like, I wanted them to stay in.
Yeah.
And
So, anyway, I don't know what happened this week.
I don't care who
I don't
wins
care.
anymore.
Well, I'll tune at the we'll watch the finale maybe at the very end.
that'd
to
be
see
really funny.
Who made it that far?
We'll be like Scott and Lori, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like in hiding and they don't know
right.
who the people are in the finale.
Yeah.
Then they get there and they're like, oh, who's gonna win? We'll do that.
Okay, let's talk about the penis show you're making me watch. You're not making me watch it, but it was your idea.
It was my idea.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law recommended Righteous Gemstones on that's on HBO. She and my brother think it's hilarious, and so I watched the first 2 episodes without you just to see if I wanted to watch it with you. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
But it turns out there's like so much male frontal nudity.
And it is just starting its 4th and final season on HBO. So we're just like, 3 or 4 episodes into the first. But I got to tell you, I was expecting something completely different. I was not expecting what this show is at all. And I don't even know if I really want to tell anyone.
What were you
never watched it, I was expecting something more like day-to-day church stuff, or this is like so scandalous and so like, you know, murder and drugs and sex and all this stuff. But it's all centered around this like mega church family.
Yep.
And so it's quite
and they all live on a compound together.
Yeah.
Here's what I really like about it, and I kind of want to keep giving it a chance.
No, I'm going to keep watching it. We just haven't had a chance.
But it's, so first of all, I like their accents, and I like the way they speak. Like, it's like some sort of Southern, I don't know where. I don't even know where they are.
I think it's like South Carolina, but...
I don't know.
Well, I mean, what's his face? Who's the creator? Why can't I think of his name?
Yeah, that guy. Mm-hmm.
I'm having a moment.
You're having a perimenopause moment.
He lives in Charleston, so on a compound with
friends.
All his friends. So I'm sure it's based on
probably
that,
right around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really funny. It is not to be watched around the kids.
No.
And again, just a lot of male nudity, but whatever. I guess it's just really funny.
I enjoy it. I've been enjoying it quite a bit, so that's good.
And his the youngest son, they definitely like refer to him as being gay or stuff, and I don't know if he is or not. But
right.
His friend who he saved from worshiping Satan is the funniest guy.
I know.
In the way that he plays it so low, like so serious and so underplays his character.
I know that's going to be a weird turn someday,
yeah.
But I don't know.
And you see him like talking to his Satanist friends, and they're like, "Come dance with us," and they're like dancing and whatever. And you can't even picture him like that.
I know. Danny McBride. That's the name I was looking for and looked up while you were talking there. Mm-hmm. So thanks for the other show we started and stopped was Paradise, which is, I gotta tell you, the pilot was great and hooked us. It has an excellent cliffhanger. And then by the time you see Sterling Brown's bare butt, you've come to the end of your liking the show. I mean, you can keep watching it if you want. Yeah. I'm done. Well, I am just curious because because the president dies. That's the whole. You find that out in the pilot. I wanted to know what all that was and how the thing got created and stuff like that. But I'm at the point where I really don't care anymore. I think we got the idea. So. And it got a season 2, which I don't know how that's gonna work out. But anyway, I just question whether there are any female writers on the staff, and whether they have, if there are, what kind of role do they have? Because I think it was episode 3 was absolute bullshit. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm giving it one more episode, and then nope, I'm done. They are writing women so poorly, and I'm so pissed about this show. Like, I am not watching this crap. No. Oh my God. That's the thing about it. Like, really? We still really can't write women? Like, come on. Sorry. It's true. No, it's true. And it was totally valid. Plus, it was also getting really, just trying to keep this story going without actually telling us anything. It was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. We're also in the middle of a Phineas and Ferb marathon at home, which is fun actually, because season 5 is coming out. We follow Dan Povenmire quite a bit on social media, so he's counting down 104 days to the launch of season 5. Phineas and Ferb has always been big in our house, and so we're like, did we even finish season 4? It was big, and then at some point we just didn't watch it anymore. Yeah. And now we're having every night we're watching an episode of Phineas and Ferb, and I gotta say, just from season 4, it's holding up pretty good. It's the same premise every night. So funny. There's the A story, the B story, sometimes the C story. Yep. And but it always wraps up and it's really funny. So I recommend. And they just have great lines for the grown-ups now, and now that the kids are older, like they're seeing that side of it too, and kind of sort of getting the brilliance of the show. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like the Muppets. The Studio, we watched the pilot of that. I'm down for watching more. It just stressed me out so much, and if it's gonna be I hope it's not Seth Rogen's character. Okay, struggling. So yeah, like in that way that he did the whole time. So Seth Rogen's character, somebody gets fired, he becomes the whatever. It's head of the studio, but it's like head of movie. I don't know. Well, I think the other guy's maybe the owner, and then he's like the head of the studio. Yeah. So yeah.
Movie studio.
Yeah.
And then isn't it Catherine O'Hara was?
Yeah, it was
isn't
her
it?
job. She got fired, and
Yeah.
then he's calling.
But
her back to
everyone's just like making deals, and he's obviously very starstruck around people, and I don't know. It was just really stressful, and he kept like just sort of telling lies and and then he would get himself unwound from it. And it was funny, but I thought, oh my god, if every episode is like this, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. So
that was like me and the bear.
I know, I love the bear.
You like cooking stress. You just don't like movie studio.
It was
stress.
so much stress. I think once so maybe I should just recognize it and let it go, because that's what I did with the bear. I just recognized that like this is not my stress, and I love the bear. I know. That's such a good show.
You're going to have to watch it again with Elliot now.
There are some episodes of that, by the way. We're totally going on a tangent, but you guys probably have seen The Bear. If not, you should watch it. There's a Christmas episode with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then the most recent season, which was not good, but the most recent season, there's an episode with Jamie Lee Curtis and Abby, what's her name? It's their mother-daughter, and they have a terrible relationship, but Jamie Lee Curtis is there while her daughter's waiting for her husband, and she's in labor, and it is such a good episode.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis won an Emmy for that.
I think so. She should. She should. The Christmas episode is batshit crazy. It is absolutely nuts, but it's so good. And what I didn't like about season 3 is, you know, the poor main character can just like, he never can have like happiness or real success. And so you kind of want that for them. I've seen enough shows where it's like okay to give a character that and move on. But yeah.
So anyway, we're watching The Studio.
Yeah,
and that's on Apple TV Plus. Last of Us starts up again this weekend. I don't know. We're going to the Broadway show tomorrow night, so we won't be able to watch it tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're watching Life of Pi. We got the season subscription this year in Portland because Hamilton was part of it. Hamilton, Wicked, Life of Pi, and we were like,
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
That was a year ago today.
Yeah, but it wasn't part of our subscription.
Oh, it wasn't. We just went to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just like, yes, we're doing this. We're going to go. Mostly because of Hamilton, because we've never been able to get tickets before. Mm-hmm. So we just went for the whole season.
Yeah. It's been fun. So Last of Us, I don't really know what to expect. Elliot loves that show and watches it with us, which is fun.
She has a big spoiler, though.
That's what she said. But I also have heard that they're worried that fans are going to not be happy because they have deviated quite a bit from the video game. So, but Elliot doesn't think that this would be something that they would deviate. So it's quite possible that her spoiler is correct. I'm just excited to see another Catherine O'Hara show. So.
Oh, I know. She's just in all of our stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. That show is crazy. I weirdly love it when they have the like mushroom people the fungus people coming at you.
Stress. Yeah.
I know, but like their makeup is so good and it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like these half mushroom people.
It is. It's a great show, and it's also intense and suspenseful.
The one episode with the two guys, like the one-off.
That was the best.
That was the best thing I've ever seen on TV.
Yeah.
I bawled.
I know.
That was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the last thing on our list is Yellowjackets. You just watched the season 3 finale.
Yeah, Elliot and I watched it.
So without any spoilers.
Season 3 was subpar compared to seasons 1 and 2. It felt really chaotic, especially in like the current timeline with the adults. Because there's like 2 timelines: the teenagers who crash in the plane and the adults who survive. And it felt really chaotic. They introduced a bunch of new characters, and it sort of felt. Well, it just felt weird. And Joel McHale was one of them, which I was having a really hard time suspending my disbelief there. Because he's supposed to be this like badass guide who's all mysterious, and maybe he's a felon and maybe he's not. And I was like, he used to host Talk Soup.
Stop pigeonholing him.
He used to host Talk Soup.
Let him grow, Anna.
I appreciate it. But they did bring in Hilary Swank for a minute, which was cool.
What do you mean a minute?
I don't know if she's coming back next season. She dashed off.
I thought you were going to say you brought her in to kill her.
Not yet, but
okay.
she did dash away. So yeah, the adults one just felt really like off base and sort of disappointing. So it's too bad. They, like Elliot said, they killed off some really good characters this year as adults, like 2 really good characters, and so we're like, what the heck are they doing? These are so. I'm hoping only one more season, because the finale circled back and explained the very first scene of the first season. Oh. So I'm hoping that.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be
an is the
ending
end.
Somewhere.
Yeah, obviously they get saved.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I got fooled on the fact that there might be a Lost spinoff coming.
Oh, you did get fooled.
I did, because here's the horrible thing about algorithms and April Fool's Day is that sometimes the algorithm doesn't show you something for 10 days after. And I'm like, this guy, it's just been confirmed. There's going to be a Lost spinoff with Sawyer and his daughter, and they have to go back to the island. It's going to be 6 episodes. I'm like, this all sounds very, really, very good. Okay. Because there was a rumor in the past where it was like Sawyer and Miles.
Yeah.
We're going to have like a buddy cop thing, because they were like going to be cops in LA. And then they were both in on it, or they both actors really wanted to do it. But then it never came to fruition. So that when I've been Googling, I'm like, I'm trying to find this story and I can't find it. And then finally that TikTok comes up in my search results, and the date on it is April 1st. I'm like, oh my God, of course. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I'm like, if this was real, I would have known about it. I would have heard about it from somewhere else. But so that's fake news.
I'm looking up Josh Holloway because he has a new thing coming out that I just saw. Yeah.
And that was the other thing. He has a new show called Dusters by J.J. Abrams, and it was like the Google AI was convinced that was a Lost spinoff. I'm like, no, I don't think you're quite right there.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw that.
So.
Oh, he was on Yellowstone. Ooh, he was on Yellowstone for 10 episodes.
And we'll be right back.
Tired of boring, non-haunted snacks? Introducing Stay Puft Marshmallows, now available in family size and 100-foot kaiju size. Whether you're roasting them over a campfire or using them to destroy Manhattan, Stay Puft brings the fluff and the fear. Stay Puft, sweet, soft, slightly possessed. Now with 33% more marshmallow depth.
It's time for Hometown Blues.
Here's what's happening in our hometown of Kalispell, Montana. A man dialed 911 with an unusual complaint. He reported feeling like an octopus. To add to the peculiarity, he began serenading the dispatcher with Cher songs. A man at Whitefish Mountain Resort attempted to construct and reside in an igloo on the slopes. Security, unimpressed by his architectural ambitions, asked him to leave. First responders came to the aid of an elderly man who was vomiting on the roadside. The culprit, a bad breakfast burrito. Thankfully, he was expected to survive the culinary ordeal. A frantic Kalispell man called 911 exclaiming that his pickup truck had been stolen. As he described the vehicle in detail, a realization struck. He had simply parked it in a different spot than usual. And a woman reported that while she was stopped at a traffic light, a man pulled up beside her and splashed her car with a large soda before discarding the empty container on the road. She didn't want to press charges, but was curious about his motive.
I think it was probably a little road rage.
Officer, if we could just track him down.
That wasn't my soda.
We could just find out why he did that.
I was not thirsty for soda in my car. Thanks, Anna.
Hometown News. It's time for Hometown News.
And we're back. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Normally, this is where we would put the big game with a friend.
No, we don't have.
But no one wanted to be our friend this week. No. I do have the Seacrest Out candles here, so they're here and they're done, and they look cool and they smell like butterbeer.
They do smell really good.
They do smell great.
I walked into the house earlier, and yeah.
You wanted to eat the house.
I felt like, yeah.
It's butterscotch and bourbon.
Which sort of actually gives it a pancake smell, weirdly. Or maybe it was just the pancakes I had made earlier in the day.
smells like pancakes.
I
in
like
here.
pancakes.
I love bacon. But it isn't strong bourbony. It's mostly butterscotch. So.
It smells delicious.
So anyway, this is where we would normally play that. If you want to play with us, give me a call or give me an email or comment or DM or whatever you can to reach out to me. And we'll just do like a Zoom call or FaceTime or whatever works for you. And then we'll just insert it here. But the only way you can get the Seacrest Out candle by Hangry Candles, go to hangry.com, is, you can't go to hangry.com. You can only get it if you're on our show. So there you go. That's all I wanted to say about that. You want to wrap up?
That's all I have to say about
Oh,
that.
that's all I have to say about that, Jenny. I was running!
I did watch a bit of that the other day. I was like, I love this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Elliot still hasn't seen that either. I'm trying to come up with, well, it's hard because, okay, so here's the thing. Elliot, we were actually talking in the car today because I'm like, what is your ultimate goal for going to film school, right? Like, she goes, I don't want to win an Oscar, but I do want to make an A24 movie. I said, that's probably a healthier goal than I want to win an Oscar because basically Oscars are all political anyway. And so then it always gets me thinking about, well, like, poor girl. Like, when we were growing up, there were all these movies that you had to see, right? Like, these were the best movies. And now there's been another 30, 40 years of movies. It's like she has seen so many movies, but there's so many that she still hasn't seen. And we do a pretty good job of like, hey, she finally watched Lord of the Rings, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, she watched Star Wars when she was 5. But
I think her professors will also just sort of like show movies. I know they have like movie nights and stuff with their classes. So
no, I know. She'll have fun.
They'll have a better idea of what movies a person in cinema today should see, as opposed to her parents who
her
were
old dad
born in the 1970s were like Jaws.
But I like Jaws and like Spielberg movies, and I mean
we tried to show her The Usual Suspects, which we thought was such a great movie.
Did not age.
Oh my god!
Well,
it was really boring.
That movie is boring until
she walked out.
The last 5 minutes.
Yep.
There's a great payoff, but you have to really work for
I know,
that.
but I've watched that movie multiple times. I loved that movie, and I watched it again. I was like, oh no. So now I just don't know.
But mostly, our girls just rewatch the same stuff over and over and over again. Yeah. But I guess that's comforting too, like, because there is a lot of it takes a lot of energy to watch a new movie. Like, you have to sit down and you have to be willing or ready to accept and understand and follow a story, right? And so there's a lot you have to invest in it. Whereas if you just watch the same Disney movie over again, it's just sort of like a warm blanket to watch it.
It is, but it also has to be a certain movie because, like, we all really loved Everything Everywhere All at Once. Right. I cannot just sit down and watch that movie.
Well, that's true.
That's a good one.
That's true.
Elliot pointed out to me, she's like, you had me watch that movie at 15. And I was like, yeah, we did.
It's fine.
Are there sex toys and hot dog fingers? Yes. But it was just so brilliant. We knew she would appreciate the filmmaking.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that is everything for this time. And hopefully it came off a little better than the last one. Although I did get good feedback on the last one, but I didn't like it very much. But I like this one better, I think. I don't know.
You haven't listened to it yet.
What, this one?
Yeah.
I just can tell from talking it. All right. That's everything for this time. I'm Jason.
I'm Anna.
Seacrest.
We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last with pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Pop, 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 pop. We're guessing, laughing, catching a thrill. Give us a call, join in, you know.
Pop Culture Fun Time with Jason and Anna is produced by Morley Studios and is a Delta Park project. Theme music by Overwrought Music Therapist. For hot takes, questions, or pop culture rants, call the Pop Culture Fime hotline at 1-888-240-9031 or email jason@morleystudios.com. Visit popculturefuntime.com for episodes, show notes, and bonus nonsense. If you like the show, rate and review it wherever you get your podcasts. Your review might just get read on a future episode. Unless it's mean, then we'll just cry about it off mic. Subscribe, share, and tell a friend who thinks Three Amigos still holds up. Because it does. And remember, if you want to score the coveted Seacrest Out candle, you've got to play a game with us on the show. Reach out today and prepare to lose.
Games and smiling like the night will never end. We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last with pop culture fun. again. Playing games and smiling like the night will never end. We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last, with pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Oh, we're guessing, laughing, catching a thrill. Give us a call, join in, you know the drill. Grab a snack, take a seat, don't hesitate. It's pop culture fun, don't be late. The good times only end when we shout Seacrest out. Pop culture fun time, that's what it's all about. Seacrest out, Seacrest out. Hey, pass the Oreos!